everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ideally, though.
Ideally, though.
I'm your host, Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my brother, Biscuit.
Here, what up out there?
You guys really have a couple more weeks until Christmas or holidays. Some people don't celebrate Christmas.
Right. And those people are terrible.
No, it's religion. It's religion. But, what? Take two. No, no, some people don't celebrate it or,
Non-denominational.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like, what is it? Jehovah Witness.
That's basically non-denominational. Yeah. Honestly, I fit that in the same realm. Because it's like, I don't do your type of religion. You're not, I don't.
Yeah. I wonder if it started snowing where anyone's at. It's getting colder out here. So we're in like the 40s, 50s right now.
Yeah,
50s?
It's definitely snowing on the East Coast and upper, like in like the upper like Montanas and shit like that.
Maybe like
area.
Midwest. Like, you know how
Yeah.
Chicago gets really bad? I think they're starting to, their lake or river is starting to freeze up.
Yeah, we got just a cold front coming in. I said this like a month or so ago. I said like come the mid of December we're gonna get hit by like this Russian wind chill. This is about a month or
You
so
did
ago.
say that.
And
Russian.
right
Russia.
now, what Russian wind chill and now
It's
this is where
starting to
it's
get
happening.
cold.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be that cold this winter, but the summer was really hot. So, because of global warming, if you believe it, then it could be colder.
We should take another year off, like as the world.
Do you think that helps?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's a good reset. I think we should take a year off. I
don't-
mean, not everybody's going to agree because lockdown and going crazy and being stuck with people.
but like it's being at home at least and like having certain curfews.
Yeah, as long as it's not like crazy, then they can make everybody who's not essential have to just work remotely for like a year.
You know what though? Like there are certain towns in like certain states and in countries where it's like everything shuts down at like 7.
Yeah.
And I think we're not used to that. New York's definitely not used to that.
Yeah, I mean,
Miami,
like when the sun goes down, those towns kind of
yeah,
sleep too. Yeah, that's
and,
not unfamiliar. A lot of those in
yeah.
Texas. A lot of those in Texas.
Oh, there's like where it's done at like once
Yeah,
the sun
a lot
goes
of those
down.
in Texas.
Yeah, I think because being from Vegas for 24 hours is like going to other places. They are lit until about 5 o'clock, and then you can maybe go to a club until midnight, and then it's it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so not used to that.
We're definitely one of the most unique places for this type of
Yeah,
like lifestyle, I guess you could say. This is definitely a city that does not have like a bedtime.
Yeah.
So,
and even when like they show pictures of the strip during the pandemic, I was like, whoa, I've never seen this in my life. And so
I mean,
I was like, okay.
That doesn't help that like I mean they were kind of stripping it down for like the F1 races anyway.
Oh, okay.
So like it even looked more like dystopian because of that too. I mean, we're still kind of like late on that.
I know. I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, we're not even we're close to done, but we're not done yet. And they got a few more months until it starts, but they're kind of like really like coming down on the wire now.
But I heard that it's like actually creating like more traffic, or it's like not really good where it's at.
Yeah, it's not good. So I mean, they're doing this mostly for the novelty of being able to say that we had an F1 race on the strip. And I mean, yeah, it's great for like historically for like Vegas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can, start kind of moving some entertainment venues in that direction with F1 races, right? And I mean, who wouldn't want to race on the strip? It's cool. But then again, it's also the strip. It's Main Street in Vegas. If you really genuinely
Las
think
Vegas
about
Boulevard.
It is the main street, and it's gonna clog up everything.
I know. I always wonder why they put it there. I was like, what is it for the aesthetic?
It's a novelty. It's the novelty. Like
we have many places where you could put that and off in the distance where there's not going to be traffic.
Not as cool as the strip.
Yeah.
What other place do we have out here?
Right.
Nowhere, LA.
Yeah.
It's like everybody goes, "Oh, do you live on the strip?" If you tell them you're from Vegas.
It's the worst.
So it is the place to genuinely like race on if you wanted to, I guess. So.
Yeah. When you're a tourist, they're like, "Guess where I'm at? I'm 5 minutes from the strip." I'm like, that sounds like Bumville. Like if you know about Vegas,
yeah, if you know,
Vegas,
you know, for sure. If you know,
so much happened this week. We got the Luigi Mangione.
Yeah,
more like Italian.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
He's definitely Italian.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's been apprehended and actually
Free that man.
Listen, okay, so allegedly he shot the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson,
Free that man.
on December 4th in Manhattan, and he was apprehended in Pennsylvania at a McDonald's. Now they had a $10,000 like award if you caught him, and I was just like, is $10,000 really worth it? You lonely McDonald's worker who we find out did not get the money, and I heard got fired. So
and now the world hates you.
yeah, no,
like
okay,
the country hates you as a
right.
person.
This is the thing. Do I applaud someone killing someone else? No. Or unaliving someone else? No. But how many people have the healthcare unalived? We have like one of the worst healthcare systems in the world, and we pay the most in the world.
Yeah.
And you would think there would be a balance there, and it's not.
No.
So someone took it upon themselves for, it seems like, some vengeance in a sense. I've heard a couple of different stories, like he had a lot of back pain and issues like that. I believe he stayed in Hawaii for a little bit. But then I hear other stories about like him seeing his mom go through pain. So I don't know if both are true. One is true, but we've all have stories of someone like the healthcare system failing a family member or ourselves.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Which is, I mean, I'll respect your opinion, but I don't know. In reality land, I guess.
So is he a vigilante?
Yeah, he's a vigilante, and niggas respect it.
Yeah.
Niggas respect it. I mean, my biggest thing is this. You don't start a revolution without dropping a few drops of blood. I feel like.
Okay.
And we see like the shit that's going on right now in Syria, where they had a complete and utter coup. 4 or 5 different factions took over Syria, and their leader flew out of the country like 2 days ago.
We saw that South Korea as well, like
You see
something
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
You gotta spill some blood. I get that, like most people may seem like make that sound as if it's barbaric, and I mean, to be fair, people respect barbarism more than they respect shaking hands and trying to make agreements and things. Maybe at some point,
it's like broken promises.
Yeah, at some point, niggas get fed up, and you can only deny certain people healthcare for so long or ruin so many lives for so long before somebody's got to do something about it.
Yeah.
We watched an entire crew of a mass of people try to overtake the Capitol not too long ago.
Yeah.
It's the same type of vigor within that same type of mindset.
It felt like a slap on the wrist. So I will be following this trial because
this type of thing makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me after the last 4 years, after Corona, and after everything has been happening. People are upset, and I'm not of the mindset to not want to take things into my own hands. Free that man.
Yeah, it is.
Free that man.
It is low key free that man. Now people on TikTok are like, "Oh, he's so handsome, that's why I free him." It's no, it's more than that.
Yeah,
okay, he's good looking, but it's way more than that.
I'm not worried about I think we saw how intelligent he was throughout like the stories and things. I mean, being an engineer and things of that nature. You as the government don't want to lose people like that. He 3D printed a gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like these types of
good.
like
you had a manifesto.
If he was only just a tad bit cleaner, he would have gotten away.
A part of me thinks that he didn't want to, just a little bit.
Probably.
No, he did. He did have a fake ID, and I think he was trying to get out because he was started in Manhattan and then got caught in Pennsylvania. But a part of me felt like he kept the same clothes on. Those clothes are now out of stock if you try to get something similar to what he got.
Yeah, I mean, he had that shit on.
But a part of me,
getting that drip.
Well, a part of me feels like he did it. He never intended to like really get away. Like this is all kind of like law-abiding citizen in a sense. Like I did this to get caught, and there's more to come. Like people have said that they saw his YouTube, and it was a countdown.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to hear something yesterday. So I mean, I don't know. Since then, his YouTube has been taken down, but
I mean, of course they had to.
Yeah. Some people don't think he did it alone, but he did like have this statement where he said he worked alone. Let me see if I can find it. I'll just read you a little brief kind of what he said. I don't know if he said it directly to the FBI agents, but he had a little statement to say. And it was just like, oh, he he cares. He was like, to the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This was fairly trivial. Some elementary social engineering, basic CAD, CAD,
Yeah, CAD,
a lot of patience, the
AutoCAD.
spiral notebook, if present, with some straggling notes and to do lists that illuminate the gist of it. So he's like, it didn't take much to do this. And it's just the beginning, is what I feel like. And it's a demonstration, and that we maybe need to do
The CAD
more.
references because CAD is used for architecture.
Gotcha.
3D, it's a 3D program, not like 3ds Max. I used both back when I was in college. You had to learn both, rather. So with that, that kind of triggers me in thinking like, all of this, A, premeditated, B, for a very long time,
He's been, yeah.
and C, it's what he wanted.
Yeah,
You know?
and friends and his mom, they had not talked to him for months, so he was laying low, staying off the grid.
Hmm.
I think to prepare for this.
Yeah, lower your digital footprint. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That type of shit. Again, I respect it. I'm of the ilk of free that homie. Real talk. I think that we see these people, as you stated earlier, they kill people every day just by denying
hmm
them the shit they need, require, the shit they pay for, and they have the money they haven't used yet. They get
yeah.
denied for it. So I don't think there is any difference between this unaliving or that type of unaliving.
Where it's been millions of people.
Whereas, yeah, I mean, if you want to really judge body counts, this man's
Right.
only 1 for 1 when
That's
you've got
true.
an unsurmountable, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
amount of numbers there. So fair game. I think
that's
it's
true.
fair game, and I think this is a reason for more people to kind of wake up.
Yeah.
Presidents get touched.
hmm
We've seen presidents get touched.
And we've seen since then all those CEOs of the medical industry are like taking their picture down off of like their websites.
I think it's real cute because most CEOs, I'll say most, I've worked for a few, most CEOs are really dumb. They don't remember that things on the internet last forever. And there's a
Yeah.
thing called the Streisand effect.
Mm.
Barbara Streisand's house went up on the internet years ago.
Yeah.
She tried to take it off, but by word of mouth, it got over 500,000 more hits because of her trying to legally get it taken down. People have already screenshotted the website, put it up on the Wayback Machine. It's already archived. The hit
Yeah.
list is there already, if you want to really say that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You can do what you want. The thing I think is it really pisses me off is that most of these CEOs will probably take the route of uh, denying more people, and in that cash that they're using to deny those people, they're just going to hire more security.
It's sick.
It's
That's
just more
just
bullets
messed
in
up.
that case. Again, some blood I feel like does have to drop sometimes.
Does it kind of I don't. Does it? I'm gonna say feel good because like with the John Q effect, where they were kind of middle class or poor, fighting for their son's life.
Mm-hmm.
He was wealthy, like
Mm-hmm.
and he lived in Maryland. His family was wealthy. Does that kind of give a little bit more to it?
Uh,
Like, wow, he was rich, but he still felt the need. And
Everybody, it doesn't matter rich or sick or whatever, or rich or poor or whatever, you still get sick. You could still have something happen to you. You're a human at the end of the day.
I just think
This
about,
meat stack
yeah.
can be afflicted by anything.
I think what I'm thinking of is like white and rich
I
privilege, where
get
you don't
I
think
get where
about
I
it.
get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is sickness is going to lower you to whatever level it is. It doesn't
hmm
matter. It does. So if he is affluent and sees somebody he cares for who is also affluent failed by the system that he is paying
He
for,
said, yeah, it doesn't
it
matter
doesn't
where you're
matter.
at.
We're
Yeah.
all in the same
hmm
bed at that point in time.
Yeah.
We're all mad at the same corporation. We're all mad at the same system.
That's true.
So that doesn't matter.
hmm
Now that, but it does make it stand for the people below, if you will, because you're like, oh, the rich is eating the rich, because
Yeah.
it's
That's what I
usually
was
just eat the
thinking.
rich from us
Yeah.
down here. It's nice to
It's like
see
a
that.
Robin Hood in a sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a multitude of reasons why people are hurting, people are upset, people are out here suffering because of high prices on every fucking thing. I think I read, what was it, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that the price of eggs and bread in countries overseas right now have like tripled or quadrupled from what they usually. So let's say like $1.69 normally for eggs, right?
Yeah.
You're paying $6-7 now for eggs. You're paying $8-9 for bread. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's getting to a point where people need to be heard, and the ones who should be listening aren't listening, and now they're getting hit. Now you have to pay for what you have done. I'm not really sorry for any of the family. I know that man has family. I know that man has kids and all that shit. You had a shitty person as a father because he didn't want to change the system. He could have been a martyr and change the system, change it for the better. Because American healthcare is one of the like primo ones out here, like the big boys. He didn't. He sat and made judgments on his own. He made judgments, and so did he.
And you know what? Being in the healthcare, working in the healthcare system, to see certain things like not covered, and you have people on the phone crying to you, and you're like, I just work for them. I can't change anything. You know, it's not. I'm not in those boards, right? And it's sickening because these are like typical things that you know that a 65-year-old would need to go to the doctor for, and you're saying this is not covered.
Yeah.
There's this lady on TikTok who said that her mother was had diabetes. She was getting worse, and they said, well, they're not going to give her any more diabetic medicine.
Yeah.
So what happened was her mom died. Literally a day later, a box of supplies came in, and they were like, due to your condition changing, here's the supplies for like the next 6 months. And under changing, it said deceased. Are you kidding me?
It's just instances like that where you you look at what happened to that CEO and you go, I mean, I'm one to turn the other cheek.
Yeah,
this is where the bystander syndrome, everybody recording and all that shit. This is where that matters because nobody cares.
Yeah, I think they had a witness, and the one thing about New York, I had to give they mind their business, even in Manhattan. You just got to turn around and keep walking.
Yeah.
Because what did the bullet say on them? It was like
deny, defend, depose, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Delay, deny, depose. I think
that makes sense. Like delaying coverage and delaying.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I mean,
denying.
It matches all of the different like messages you would get as an individual who's going to get denied for some pre-existing condition you may have. Yeah. I've been denied for shit for my own asthma.
Yeah.
So like, I get it. I've seen my mom get denied for sick shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I stand with a lot of society, and people, like, again, they say it's barbaric and shit, but what did we watch not just a couple of years ago when we saw people who just didn't like the fact that a president got voted in? You know what I'm saying? This is different.
Yeah, this is a game changer.
This is a game changer
for everybody.
You're gonna get shot. You can get touched, and now people aren't afraid to do it because a lot of people ain't got shit to lose.
Yeah,
because they might have already lost it all anyway, especially with the state we're in.
And with someone doing it, it's like, oh, this can give someone the courage to be like, okay, it is our time to fight.
We just seen over the last year, like, what, 2 different assassination attempts on on a president's life?
Yeah, allegedly.
Or ex-president's life or whatever. Allegedly.
Yeah.
But like, hey, if those have any credence to them, people again are mad.
Yeah.
And somebody's got to flip a switch somewhere and be like, all right, enough is enough. Because if not, this is what happens. This is what happens when you get the South Korea stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all this other shit, the Syrian stuff. Niggas get up, get mad, get in an uproar. They do something about it.
And it kind of seems very smart to do the CEO because you are the ones who are getting your pockets lined.
Oh yeah, always have a golden parachute.
Yeah.
Always if you get fired, you still get like $69 million.
Or you could put certain people in your family on higher up on the transplant list.
Nepotism and shit like that comes into play. Like, yeah, no, dude, life and time is your greatest commodity because you can do anything with it with the limited space you have.
Yeah.
You should not be judging when somebody should be getting the help. You should be giving the help.
Yeah,
You
I
should be
understand
giving
that
the help.
because working in the healthcare, it's just like you can't help. They're yelling at you, and I have to literally be like, "No, I understand. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like a robot."
Yeah.
Because I always have to put myself in your shoes. What if it was my grandfather, my grandma, me, my kid?
Yeah.
And it sucks, and
Mm-hmm.
it makes you not want to be in the healthcare system, like dealing with like insurances.
Yeah.
You don't, because it's like it's not right.
You know it's not right. It's a scam. It's
Yeah.
always been a scam.
Hmm.
And this may be something where maybe we do, you start either knocking it down from the top or you blow it up from the bottom. But anyway, this building's got to go.
Yeah.
Type of situation.
His lawyer said yesterday that he's pretty sure, he feels confident that Luigi's gonna plead not guilty, as he should, low key. But he's gonna have a reason to say that. I guarantee you, it's gonna be
I
very
do have
animated.
a question about it though, because
Right.
I read he's only getting second degree murder.
Yeah.
We saw the video, right? You saw the same video I saw, right?
I didn't watch the video.
Oh, why?
I didn't. I don't know. I just never. I don't know. I just only saw screenshots of it. Like it was like
Okay.
Shoot.
This is first degree. So it's really strange that he's getting a second degree murder.
I think they're scared that this is a Batman Riddler thing where there's people on the black web that like at the count of 10 we all gonna come out and there's gonna be more hell to pay. Like,
I mean,
so
I'm okay with that.
I think they're a little nervous.
What's really, really interesting is, I mean, this is clearly all the evidence of the manifesto and everything else. It's clearly premeditated. And usually, like 98% of the time, if it's premeditated, that's a slap of first degree. And he went straight to second, which means somebody in here thinks it's okay.
Like I said, law-abiding citizen. He's gonna prove why even the justice system is a hot mess. Like he's gonna come out and say,
somebody's
"Why
head
are you
gonna
getting?"
explode
Yeah,
when
he's like, "Why did
phone.
you guys tell me second degree? You guys are so goddamn dumb. Y'all saw me in broad daylight, and I was smiling."
like the video is insane.
Yeah.
And no, that's not second degree. I think second degree is maybe you accidentally clip somebody on the road.
And
you know what I mean?
And he said he has no mental issues. He has
he's
no mental. He's like, no, I'm good.
Like, no, I did the shit.
Yeah, and y'all gonna give me second degree?
Y'all gonna give me second degree? Oh, that's crazy.
Gerard Butler. I'm
somebody
telling
out
you.
here is very, very okay with it.
Yeah,
and,
like the rest of us.
Or we're gonna go to the conspiracy corner. Or it was kind of a hit. It was an actual hit. This guy is a fall guy. And that was a message.
Yeah.
That was a message that they were sending to everybody else who's doing some bullshit out there.
Yep.
Is you can still get touched because, I mean, I don't know. The internet went crazy with like, that's not the same nigga. He'll have the same eyebrow, the unibrows cut, and that'll look like the same gun. And look,
and the shells match, the fingerprints match.
I don't care. What I care about is that somebody got hit, and that had a statement to it. That had a statement to it.
Mm-hmm, it did.
The bullets having some writing on it, or the casings having some writing on it, made sense to me. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, hey, we gonna see what happens.
Yeah, they denied him bond, and everybody was like, "Ooh, he'll have hella money on his books." That's around with the internet. They was like, "What is Luigi number?"
Yeah,
his number.
The internet will internet, and humans will human. And
well, this is my thing. Y'all can let Gypsy Rose out. Y'all talking about letting the Menendez brothers out. Free Luigi. Just saying.
Yeah.
Mario, come on, help us out.
Free my guy.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Guy. I mean,
Gypsy Rose got doing a whole book tour and not taking accountability for her part in killing her mother. Which, okay, your mother was a fucking asshole and she was a fraud. But again, I don't agree with unaliving someone. But there are some really like, oh, you okay? No, you're not. You're okay, you're not. And they tend to look like this and not like this.
People don't like because that's like circumstantial. Who are you to choose whether or not blah 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 blah.
Well, if she can, then he can too.
Humans been doing that for forever. We've been playing God for forever.
Mm-hmm.
So who gives a fuck now at this point?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you guys are not gonna treat it, if you guys are not gonna treat everybody the same, then okay,
no, somebody gotta go. You can
Yeah.
make it cuts like a basketball team.
We'll see in the next couple of weeks. It'll feel like back in the early 2000s when we used to watch court TV, and we would watch the trials for weeks on end.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be like that. Remember?
TV. Holy shit.
So it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, that will be. And I mean, at this point in time, we just gonna have to buckle up and see what happens. And If you were CEO out there and you shitty, maybe clean up your act a little.
Yep.
Maybe clean up your act a little. You know what I'm saying? Pizza parties and pizza ain't enough.
Call people
You know what I mean?
directly.
That
What do you
Pepsi
need?
and pizza party shit ain't enough, man. Niggas need more than that.
More coverage,
You know what I'm
more
saying?
more access to better doctors.
Paid time off, all types of shit. Like take care of your folks before they take care of you.
That's why you taking your picture off your website, because
You know
I'm
what I'm
not playing
saying?
this game. I'm pretty sure they was shitting in their
Ain't
pants.
you the nigga that said no to mine? That's it.
Hey,
Kapow.
now you gotta walk around with bodyguards, because he was walking around Manhattan like, it's cool. Nobody knows
And
me.
he got touched.
Yeah, so and that lets you know that you're not just a regular person.
No.
Even though you are a CEO.
You ain't God even though you playing God.
Yeah. So around the time Luigi got arrested, we also saw that Jay-Z got accused by that Jane Doe or anonymous person.
Yeah, and
what
about was the lawyer's name? Busby? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like Busby
or some shit like that. Yeah.
But he got accused of essaying a 13-year-old back in 2000 after the VMAs, alongside with Diddy. So she goes into detail that she drank something that tasted a little funny, and then Jay-Z and Diddy came in the room, and Jay-Z took off her clothes, and then Diddy and another woman watched.
Right.
Jay-Z wasn't playing that shit.
No, I think what was it, like 2 hours after that?
Yeah, he was like, no.
He himself responded, not his PR team.
Yeah.
He himself responded, and that response in itself was really eloquent.
He's like, we got honor code in the hood. I'm not one of those guys.
And yeah, and I think it felt more like you coming from the wrong one.
Right, because yes, you've seen so many pictures of me with Diddy, but I'm not that guy. Like, don't play with me.
Yeah.
I got kids, I got a wife.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm not gonna be labeled as is a pedo. I don't be dealing people.
Yeah.
So I understand it, because I'll be mad. Like, that's like the worst thing you can even say about somebody, especially if it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have, hold on, no, because I'm gonna have to sit. What he says, I'm gonna have to sit my kids down. I have a daughter is at an age where I'm gonna have to tell her, because friends are probably gonna come up to her and say shit. So there's a lot of people looking for a money grab, and honestly, public opinion is almost worse, more damaging
nowadays.
Yeah. And he has his partnership with the NFL, so it's like, you're not gonna take everything away from me by an accusation or because you want a money grab.
It feels like there could be a small attack upon hip hop that we're witnessing in like live. I mean, but because we did see the state fuck up and have to secede to Young Thug.
Yeah.
I mean, one got away.
Now
one big one got away.
Yeah.
I mean, his life may be changed for a little bit, but he still got away. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a RICO case.
And yeah, that's a big one. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it feels as if like this is just more and more of that stuff going on. And I have a small theory about it, but it feels as if like, people start going on the internet and making like these think pieces about, different people and trying to, red line tie these things together to make some type of idea or conception about somebody's personality or who they really are in a parasocial relationship like that. And I feel like lawyers are looking at these going, I might be able to make that work if we twist it this way, or if we make it go this way or whatever. And, most of the time these guys are, too big to be worried about some suit. But now, if it come across their table and they got all these things going, they'll usually settle real quick. Motherfuckers get to settling real quick. Hey, now I don't need to deal with this. And whatever the fuck they want to say, shut the fuck up, And that's a shakedown. And no, Jay-Z ain't the type to shake down.
He said one red penny.
Man shot his brother.
Yeah. He said you might get one red penny. Don't even fuck with me.
Man shot his brother over some coke. So I mean, you think this?
I'm not giving you nothing. You're not gonna shake me down.
There's a certain type of people. There's certain type of people in the world.
But some people do that just because they don't want to even have the back, the fall of like brand deals and all this stuff in their brand. So
they'll settle.
But no, I'm not settling.
No, if I ain't doing nothing wrong, I ain't doing nothing wrong. We gonna embarrass you.
And he asked the judge no, you need to let this person. They can't be anonymous. Who is it?
Yeah, he's requesting the names to be or the identity of the Jane Doe to be there's a word for it, but for her to be realized. And there's also the option of, instead of making this a civil case, which normally civil cases have to do with just settling out with some money, he implored him Implore is a very good word. I implore you, sir, to file a criminal case since the statute of limitations in New York, there is none.
Oh wow, yeah, he ain't
So
playing.
that's ballsy as it is.
Yeah,
Sir, there's no statute of limitations. Come file the criminal case on me.
because you're gonna have
Who's
to.
gonna be ballsy enough to do that if they know they caught or they
And my
know they
money
did wrong?
long, so let's run up your tab.
Oh, I'm finna run you up.
Well, I saw that he did request that the judge expedite the dismissal of the lawsuit.
I mean, that's cool too.
Yeah,
And I mean, yeah, that makes more sense, especially if there's nothing valid in it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna have the the on the record type of situation. The court of public opinion, that shit dies pretty fast. Depending on what you do, it dies down pretty fast. And if not, it takes some years.
yeah.
But
Because
just get over it.
there's still Trey Songz actually able to freaking like go do concerts. Why
Yeah.
is he not underground? But they'll make documentary about Chris Brown.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, if the judge throws this shit out and then that little piece of paper get a pretty little USDA stamp on it that say this nigga didn't do it, and then it gets filed into the filing cabinet where it's supposed to go, I don't give a fuck about what the court of public opinion says. Right here, public record says I didn't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
So take it or leave it.
Yeah, and people, I think the NFL commissioner said, "Listen, our partnership with Jay-Z is unchanged. This is not."
You know where the money at?
Yeah, right. I was gonna say Jay-Z probably has a big stake in the NFL, so yeah, there ain't nothing going on here.
Yeah, you know where the money at. I mean, and you don't want to lose that type of. That's you don't want to lose that type of honestly bargaining chip. That's a Jay-Z's a bargaining chip. We are a massive spending power.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are. We don't spend it on ourselves where we should.
But we be spending
spending like unnecessarily, niggas. It's like for real.
Don't got no life insurance, but be spending that little rent money.
All that, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you don't want to lose the hand that can touch the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. You and your wife can both touch the people out there and get things shaken for us. And we've had a very rough a few years since the Kaepernick shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't gonna get rid of that relationship with Jay-Z. It's too much money and shit involved.
I'm pretty sure he's feeling like very confident. He was just a couple of days ago at the Lion King premiere with Beyonce and Blue Ivy because they're both in the new Lion King.
Yeah. I mean, he's confident because he said file the criminal case.
I would say too, like stop playing with me.
That was like a baller.
Yeah, y'all can get Diddy because he felt like he couldn't be touched and he started doing some wild stuff. Now I wasn't there for them parties. But or he tried to ask me and I said no. But I ain't that nigga. That's just like he definitely gives off a little bit more like a 50 Cent. Like I'm not really into that stuff, and y'all not gonna be trying to intertwine me with Diddy. So
yeah, you know, Jay-Z was like, I went to the Diddy party. I didn't go to the Diddy party.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
I didn't go to those parties.
I keep it real clean.
Most people go to that party.
You know
yeah, a lot of people say I ain't been to that party. I feel like it's one of those really exclusive things that you get on those apps where the message disappears. Not Snapchat, but something deeper in the dark web.
Your whole phone fries and smoke billows out of it.
Somebody comes to your house and delivers it, and then rips it up in front of you. So you gotta remember the message.
Yeah, or you gotta put on AR glasses and you can see them.
Yeah, like I don't feel like it's like they make it seem like it was a whole bunch of celebrities. I don't think that you can trust enough people to be like, oh, that's
I'm sure there is. I'm
pretty sure there's celebrity, but not
Epstein
many.
Had a list.
Dang,
I'm just saying, just think about it. Epstein had a list of niggas, and we know Trump was on the list of niggas.
Well, shit. Well, but do we know? Okay, if I'm on the list,
does he look like the type that's not gonna have a list?
He has a list, but what I'm saying is, if you invite me to a party and I don't know what it is, and I go and I'm like, oh, this ain't for me.
You're on the list.
Then I'm walking away. That ain't got nothing to do with me because I wasn't there.
You were here. You know about it. You know too much. We keep an eye on you. The CIA does this. You don't think Diddy gonna do this? Like if I get online right now and say I'm gonna beat the president or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Then everybody got eyes on me now. But they looking, they ain't touching, they just looking. Yeah, so that's exactly what I feel like. That's exactly what Diddy has been doing. I got two lists: the naughty and the nice.
Oh,
the nice get the GHB and the baby oil, and then the naughty I try to blow up your fucking car. Right.
On some Kid Cudi ass shit.
That's who we're dealing with.
Well, I'm glad he off the streets.
Get that thug off the street.
I wonder if they got the cameras out of his house. I haven't heard anything. I knew like he had the tunnel that went from his house to the Playboy Mansion. God knows what happened in the tunnels.
What happens in the grotto stays in the grotto.
Like, what's going on? But I don't know.
A lot of booty touching.
And nobody want to be associated with that. As a black man, being called gay or even anything near that is like the worst thing you'd be called as a black man. So people try so hard to stay away from that. And somehow Diddy probably massaged his way into making you feel you okay.
Metaphorically and for real.
He made you feel okay. I'm not part of that. That's what Exhibit said. He said it was a lot of freaking. I wasn't part of that. I believe.
He's like, I like freaky shit, but that type of freaky shit.
Damn, you know what? Now that I say it, Exhibit went to a party. So shit, who else could? There's more than that.
Not of your nice list. This nigga's like Santa. I'm telling you.
Well, there's a little bit of some controversy, like Dylan, not really with Jay-Z, but when he went to the Lion King premiere, people were talking about Blue Ivy's dress. So it was strapless gold, kind of Cinderella dress. And people, because they don't know how to mind their business, they were like, oh, she's dressed too mature. She's only 12 years old. And what do you say to that? Because if she wasn't acting grown, and I feel like it was very tasteful. Like,
I don't give a fuck about no 12-year-old in the dress. I'm not paying attention to her. I was paying attention to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah,
because they're grown folks.
And this is my thing. When we know Jay-Z, so I'm pretty sure he would never allow Blue Ivy to walk out, or Beyonce would allow their daughter to walk out because they have their image driven to walk out looking like
crazy.
Yeah,
or like
Yeah, she just looks.
You bum niggas.
Like, with no money,
regular ass clothes and shit.
Because you can never.
It's a red carpet.
Yeah, she didn't have no dress that was booty cut. It was just the only thing I could say. People could say is that it was strapless, but it was a big Cinderella gold dress. I'm like, why are y'all trying to take away from this?
How much is going on in your life? Probably nothing at all. But how much is going on in your life if you got to worry about a 12-year-old on a red carpet?
Right. Just always somebody just poking. They don't have nothing to do.
I don't understand. Like, nigga,
yeah.
People out here killing CEOs.
I'm just saying.
There's some bigger news.
Sherry Shepherd on her show had asked Christina Milian, and she was like, "Girl, I do not care about people's kids. Like that's their business. Like she's fine. She's not acting grown.
I don't feed this nigga or do they homework with him. I got my own to worry about."
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. People not minding their business.
Yeah, of course.
They probably like this and not like this because we don't even be dealing with that. We don't even want to whoop nobody's kids unless we got the permission. So I'm not going to tell you when she's fully clothed and she just has a dress on. Like, y'all just crazy. It makes no sense.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
That's just stupid. But yeah, let the internet, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, we only got like a month left until Joe Biden is out of office. And we knew last week that he did pardon his son Hunter for those gun and tax charges.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I have question for you. What would you do? Would you do the same thing?
Yeah, I'm the president. If I'm going to pardon my son,
I need to pardon my son.
Easy.
Yeah, I was pardon my son
clean
too.
this up real quick.
Because there's backlash with that.
If I'm okay. First off, I'm Biden. I'm already on my way out because my mental's already shot, right? And I'm on my way out of office anyway. I'm finna rile some shit up. I'm president, nigga. I'm making all types of cuts and vetoes and changes, like executive orders, right before I leave. Right before I leave, I'm making executive orders.
I'm like, you guys do so much freaking like nepotism. So the nerve to be like, oh wow, you're gonna pardon your son? Yeah, motherfucker, I am gonna pardon my son.
I'm pardon my son. I'm making healthcare free, and we gonna make college free, and I'm gonna make minimum wage $20 to $25 an hour. And then I'm signing off.
Yep.
And then nigga, peace out. You know what I'm
saying?
You know
what? He also actually commuted 1,500 cases. So move those like pandemic cases to house arrest. Those non-violent, more so. They were more like the drug ones to house arrest.
Okay.
And he has pardoned 39 people. So this is actually happened yesterday, which marks the biggest single day act of clemency, surpassing Obama, which his record of he granted 339 people clemency before he left office. So I said, kudos to you, Joe Biden. You finally did something because we've been waiting on you.
I mean, yeah,
it's to kind of do something that was worthwhile.
Stumbling and falling,
and sleeping.
I mean, this is sleeping. Yeah. So I mean, this is, I guess, very nice. I like the gesture. I totally get that, but I mean, I don't know. We got a different black folks. We got a different aspect of the world. It's like, you know what I'm saying. We've been affected by the system so much that we know it so well that we know the things we could do to immediately make some real defined change.
Mm-hmm.
I part of my son is one on the list, but then like after that, I'm making sweeping
Yeah,
changes.
me too.
Good luck for your next 4 years, nigga.
Yeah, just how
Like,
like this is why I don't like too. Yes, Joe Biden wasn't like a great president,
right.
but you have to come behind Trump. There's a lot of cleaning that sometimes don't take it take more than 4 years.
It's gonna be 8. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
good 8 before we get
So
back together.
I semi cleaned the kitchen, but then you coming back and you gonna be in the kitchen for four
Yeah,
more
he
years.
trailing mud through it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I hate when people do that. They did that shit to Obama. Like, oh, look what he I'm like, listen, you have to clean up the last president's mess. So who's the last president? Bush?
Yeah.
So I'm cleaning up that idiot's mess.
Yeah. And that was a big mess
And if I
indeed.
liked the Bush more, I like Trump. There's an issue that he didn't. We complained so much about Bush, but shit, the big
Be
mess
honest
came
with
in
you.
later.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd take a little Bush right now.
I'll
Pause.
I'll take a Bush reading the school book to kids during 9/11 any day. Then I'll take.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah. Because I mean, it still felt like maybe Bush felt like he actually took some action.
Yeah,
In
just
some ways, it
a
felt
little
like he
bit.
took some action. He
And then
may have been a little slow,
yeah,
but he took some action. You know what I'm
and
saying?
then I'm just gonna be honest. Obama came in and cleaned up stuff. He got freaking Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Lot of different things that uh Obama does. People are really divisive on him.
That's
I
so
mean, and
annoying.
I get
He's
it.
my favorite
I
president. I don't
get
care what
it. You
nobody
know what I
says.
mean? He is the most professional drone pilot in the world.
I love him.
But I will say that these next few years, without the changes that could have been made, because motherfuckers really just don't think about the people at the end of it all. You know what I mean? You have
Yeah,
no country if you have no people,
yeah,
and your people are hurting right now. These next 4 years gonna be
rough.
wild, yo,
Yeah.
for real.
Well, but on better news, you have a new video game that came out a couple of days ago
Oh
that you've
yeah,
been waiting on since you were a wee
it's
tot.
been about 20, 23 years,
Jeez.
something like that. It is the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver remasters. Uh, that dropped on the 10th, so just a few
Any,
days ago.
any of my video game gamers, did you guys play Soul Reaver back in
Yeah,
the Disney?
Legacy of Kain. Um, if you did play it, you know the type of like staple it is, and the type of like culture it has harbored over the last 20 some odd years.
Mm-hmm.
Very passionate group of people. I am one of them, and with this release from Aspire Games, they've knocked it completely out of the park. I burst into tears playing the game. I mean, it took me. I felt incredibly nostalgic. I'm like reliving moments in my head one to one as I play this. There's a lot of effort that has gone into um, keeping the essence of it and not changing too
That's
much,
good.
and only enhancing what they feel enhances it overall, not just to give it bells and whistles and shit. This felt like a very it felt like a labor of love. Like the people who worked on this title or these titles definitely played them before, loved the games, and wanted to see it flourish again.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Jordan Peele did with Candyman.
Mm,
So it's like,
mm-hmm,
no, we love
mm-hmm.
this game, and I'm
That's a
glad I
perfect
got it in my
example.
hands because I want to
Yeah,
show everybody why I loved it.
perfect example. I mean, uh, yeah, this release has been worth every single penny. Um, I could be biased, just because this is my most favorite game of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is number one in the list, the series. It's number one in the list. It's changed my life. It made me want to go into game design. Like, I'm super
That's what made
passionate
you, yeah.
about Soul Reaver and Legacy Kain as a whole, but Soul Reaver in particular. Um, that as I'm playing it, I realize like, uh, there's just the biggest amount of appreciation and the biggest smile on my face. This one knocks it out of the park. Um, it comes with a bunch of different bonus content. I've got like interviews with different people and producers and things like that on there. They have archived a ton of the original like data and stuff they used for the original game back in the 90s.
Oh,
So all
okay.
of that got digitized over months, and they were able to add so many of the outtakes and voice recording sessions and concept art and lost levels, because before the game Soul Reaver 1 came out, they cut like 35% of the game out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge chunk that they had to cut out, and it never got put back in. So these lost levels are things we've only heard about as fans over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And, being able to literally walk through like Nosgoth and see the smokestack, if and things of that nature, you're like, whoa, this, like, why? And yes, it's because of technical limitations and things like that of the consoles back in the days and computer systems back in the day. But to feel like there's just a level of awe and amazement as I've been able to explore this game. I have not had a video game tear jerk me in a very, very, very long time. A very long time. And the second I started that game, it was like waterworks, yo.
You used to talk about nostalgia. Did it make you want to like put on like your like dinosaur underwear with some grape
It's
soda?
so funny. I had the flashback. My mom used to have these like Betty Boop like beach towels that we used to sit and eat on. There was a blue one and there was a pink one. And I had a flashback as I was playing it of me in a large red shirt, um, with like it over my knees,
Yeah.
and with the controller underneath my shirt, and me sitting on the blue blank or this beach towel playing. And yeah, that was just
Yeah.
like instant nostalgia. Instant, I could smell my mom's apartment. Like that instantly came back just off of playing it. And um, I will like to say, Michael Bell is the greatest voice actor of all time. He is the voice of Raziel,
Oh wow.
and it will be one of the saddest days on earth when Michael Bell passes or Amy Hennig passes, because uh, I, I love everybody. Please respect to everybody. I love everybody, but those two people have made the game for me and made my future like bright.
Yeah.
So, I could talk about like Soul Reaver all fucking day, and I love it, and it's great. Go fucking buy it, because it's hinted that like, hey, if they get enough support, they have all the stuff that they've digitized over the years. They want to go back and not just remaster, but like reboot it,
Oh,
like
okay.
redo it, retell the story. Michael Bell is still alive. Like, there's so many people who can still like work on the thing
Yeah.
that I'm like, just everybody go buy it, please, and give them money so we can finally show like the world what video games used to be,
Hmm.
about narrative, about story, about teaching a lesson, about feeling. I learned philosophy at 11 years old because of this game. It made me think about decisions, like
Mm.
real true choice. What is fate? What is destiny? What is free will? If you flip a coin enough, is it a possibility that it lands on its edge and not on its flat side one time?
Hmm.
That type of shit changes you as a fucking kid, because you don't think about nothing but like Cheerios, Jurassic Park, whatever the fuck, right?
Hmm.
I'm learning philosophy from a
You
video
you
game.
look like the type that did do that. You get the game, we all playing something else like Bandicoot, and then you playing this game.
Yeah, you're playing Crash Bandicoot while I'm in the corner learning about philosophy and, and free will.
You're like, what? You know about free will? What's that?
Is that like
They
Little
could
Bill?
make us get in trouble with our parents because we like, listen, we
Yeah.
heard I got taught about free will,
Hey man, I may
but
have I may have said some things to my mom that my mom would have been like, "Why? Who are you talking to? Play-Doh, relax."
we knew
Like,
that was your favorite game because that was what you wanted to name our son, his first name, that.
yes, yes,
And you had the Soul Reaver like
license plate.
license plate
Yes,
that a crackhead had mistook for like Soul
Soul
Reverend.
Reverend. And because I have the cross, he was like, "Oh my God, he's a reverend." And I'm like, "No, not even close. But I'll go with you on this one. We gonna rock with it."
So it is nice to see it come back because you've been
Yeah.
talking about it for as long as I know you, and
Mm-hmm.
for it to
Finally be
come,
real.
yeah.
Yeah. I had a great day. It's been a great week. I'm playing it inch by inch, bit by bit, and taking my time and really absorbing it. And man, what a ride! I'm
How
so
long have they said
thankful.
the game is supposed to be?
Uh,
I guess ideally.
that really does depend. It's about 8. I'd say 6 to 8 hours.
Okay,
You
but
could
it takes
probably
longer
get
because
through it,
people,
but
yeah.
yeah, these games were kind of their real first versions of like an open world and things
Okay.
like that. So like there's a lot of exploration that you can do, and so you can take your time in a Soul Reaver title or a Legacy of Kain title for that matter. Go buy the game. Support them, please, because I would like my kids to play a reboot version of this to understand and possibly get the same type of feeling I had when
Yeah.
I was a child.
Hmm.
It's there and it's going. I love it. I love it. So good.
Do you have any last words of wisdom before we head out for the weekend?
Um, locate your nearest insurance CEO, huh?
No. Hell no. Free Luigi. Buy the game.
Yeah. Free Luigi.
Remember, you guys, we do drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms, and we're on YouTube on Sundays at Ideally No Pod. So, like, subscribe, hit the bell button,
Share them shits.
and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.